You can definitely say, even if they aren't related by blood, Anya is without a doubt Yor's daughter. The training not only came in very well, the fact that she ended up doing the exact same killer punch that she was demonstrated earlier in the episode with the attempted kidnappers. Sure, it was more of like a slice poke, but still, the message got across. And I mean, comparing even the dad, of course, we have Lloyd. The punches, the martial arts training, they very much are crafting Anya into who she is, and they don't really realize maybe the chaos that they're causing. But I love the fact that introducing so many new child characters, right? And usually, I mean, Anya would be enough to be a surprise, because like children characters in anime, they tend to be annoying, but Anya, bundle of adorable, chaotic energy, it's hard not to love her. But I honestly enjoyed the two main children characters that we got introduced to. Sure, there was quite a few of them, but seemingly who could be maybe more of the female friend. I think her name was Becky. Absolutely like her, kind of like, she's a little on her own high horse, but she also has like some adorableness to her as well. And then of course you have the son of the target here, who, Damien, who she ended up punching, and, you know, he's smug, he's arrogant, but I never hated him either, right? Which was a surprise, as I was expecting to immediately despise him, just because usually that kind of, like, prickish attitude of, oh, I'm the son of a very popular person, or high-up person, so therefore bow down. He had that going on, but just the way he immediately got flipped on his head, and he acted like a child when Anya would smile at him, the smug smile threw him for a loop, and in return made him a lot more easy to digest as a character, rather than someone who's just like, I'm better than you. Like, the worst part of that dynamic was the two goons that were behind him, and I love the fact that, you know, seemingly this cast is just getting bigger and better, rather than bigger and bloated sort of a thing. I mean, seriously, this is without a doubt one of my favorite anime already, and I mean, I've said that about a few different shows in recent memory, but it's just because anime is damn good right now. It really, really is. The past couple of years, nothing but bangers. But Spy Family, man, I love the characters top to bottom. I mean, even prior to the school situation, I already was willing to say it was a perfect episode. I mean, we had another Uten, we had, you know, more spy shenanigans. I mean, the balls on Lloyd to go and basically hand more bills to be paid after he had such an extravagant expense last week. I was surprised he didn't get a fist to the face in that moment. Sure, he probably would have stopped the fist from coming to his face, but I mean, you know, there's some balls on that man. And I love the fact that this show isn't afraid to be one of the most, like, wholesome, normal families, and then in a matter of seconds be the most chaotic spy assassin family we've ever seen. One thing that I like is how the smaller moments, whether they're big or small, emotional, heavy, cute, comfy, they do stick around. And I think the idea of the interview, right? So you have Anya who starts crying because she doesn't have her real mom anymore. And that's gonna hurt anyone, fake mom or not, because even though Yor's under the impression it's a fake family, she very much cares for Anya. I mean, that saving scene said it all. So the fact that she took that to heart, like, you know, maybe I can do more. I can never replace her real mom, but it doesn't mean I can't be a better mom than I currently am, fake or not. And the fact that she wanted to make her a dinner after hearing the real moms in the park be like, oh, what do you want? Oh, I want hamburger steak or this or that, right? So the fact that she was going out of her way, and even though it failed because, you know, the groceries ended up going everywhere, she also saved her because they looked at this as the maid, the hired help, and then she's like, no, I will literally cut your heads off if you don't get the hell out of my face. And the fact that she then ends up training Anya to defend herself, and it's not even just like she trained her to kick ass, which I thought she would. I thought that would be the gimmick, right? Anya now can kick ass, but she doesn't know how to pull her punches. No, in fact, she actually said, if it's small, if it's just general bullying, put a smile on your face and navigate out of that situation. But if people are in danger, that's when you put the fist to the face. And I thought that was so brilliant because I wasn't expecting that. But it makes sense, right? Because she is a trained assassin. Just because she can kill everyone doesn't mean she's going to kill everyone. But just given that she's not naturally fitting into that mom role by default, she has to learn and grow with it. I thought maybe she would maybe even herself not pull her punches and teach her a little too much. Oh, you can use a utensil to stab a fool's eye, you know, maybe the assassin stuff would come out a little too much. But no, it just kind of came across as, you know, I was expecting Anya to bullshit be like, I saw a fly, or I saw a mosquito. You know, mosquito is the most biggest killer to men alive. I mean, the headmaster there would love that remark. But I love the fact that she has like this bit of a trollish attitude because, you know, they start throwing papers and shit. They're just doing very small acts of bullying, but they've been picking on her all day. And because they didn't have proof of it, therefore, where's your proof I punched you in the face? You just connected to my fist. And, you know, then she in return says, well, actually, you know, they were bullying her, so I decided to stand up. We learn a lot about the system in this. You know, there's 8 rewards that you can end up getting for like the best of the best honorary students. Or you can get 8 discipline awards, and if you get those, you're expelled sort of a thing. What she did in this episode was supposed to give 3. It's a very good thing that she has best grandpa over there because she only got 1. But I mean, Lloyd literally just was like, yeah, my anxiety was already through the roof, and now he's gonna pick up drinking more so than usual, I feel. And I mean, that's going to give even Yor a run for the money if we've seen how she pops back the wine bottles, right? I was honestly kind of surprised that, like, not really surprised because I didn't think he'd get full on expelled, but I also didn't think he would end up being kind of like the leader of Anya's group sort of a thing, because Henderson's such a great character, and I thought he, like, wouldn't be expelled per se, but, like, she would have been stuck with the man punched in the face, right? So the fact that she did get stuck with, like, arguably probably the best option, even though he's very much for the elegance and wants to target her, you know, very similar to Lloyd, she's gonna impress with elegance unexpectedly. So I'm glad that he's still a part of it, and I like how they even recognize, like, Lloyd himself says, like, okay, he didn't get expelled, but the fact that he has to teach first years is still a punishment in this school sort of a thing. So I'm glad that they're not just saying, like, things can happen and there's no consequences. Even though it's not the biggest consequence on paper, it does show, like, kind of rubbing salt into the wounds of a man who probably used to be highly respected, but because of that action of, you know, literally punch to the face, even though technically Lloyd didn't do it himself, he punched the table, but then in return, the headmaster over here decided to punch another headmaster here. It's just really cool to see how, like, they punish without being overly obvious with it, is how I'd put it. I love this show, man. This show is just so good at what it does, and it just feels like we've known him for so long. And I've said that a few different times, but it really does, right? Like, honestly, for being only 6 episodes into this, it feels like I've known these characters for years. And it's, I mean, I really don't feel that too often. Like, I can love characters initially, but to feel like I know them top to bottom, but they still find new ways to surprise me is pretty brilliant. And like I mentioned in last week's video, I was excited for the school to come around because I thought it'd be an interesting dynamic to split apart the daughter from the parents, and then in return, the parents would have more one-on-one time and how, like, what type of shenanigans could take place there. The fact that I like the children character that they introduced, I mean, sure, the generic bullies can go get a fist to the face, but I mean, Damien, Becky, like, stuff like that, I like them. I like what they have to offer, and I love the constant just gaffes or just visual responses of Anya. She's going to turn that school on its head, and if she doesn't get expelled, I mean, it'll be interesting for sure. But thoughts if you have any on this week's Spy Family episode. Just feels like it's getting better for me, but let me know what you're feeling down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.